So, the last couple of nights, we've been talking about feathers. Splitting, grinding, cutting. That's the back end. That's the steering. Tonight, we're going to talk about tip installation. What we have here is a standard. Ooh, that's on. We have your standard 125 grain field tip, and I have a 125 grain blunt. All right. This can be used for small game hunting, rabbits, squirrels, stuff like that. But I'm going to use this for fun shots, knocker blocks, foam bottles, cans, stuff like that. Little targets, they're easier to miss. In the event you do miss, this is going to keep your arrow from getting buried under the leaves, into the grass. If you miss, it's going to hit the dirt and it'll go upright. It's very similar to a judo. The difference being, judo gets hung up in my quiver. They work great, but I'm not a fan. I'm more of a traditional medieval kind of guy. So, a steel blunt it's going to be. So what I like to use is my Fletch-Tite glue melt. Very similar to hot glue, same principle. It heats up at a higher rate. Okay, when the arrow penetrates the target, creates friction. Sometimes it generates enough heat. Standard hot glue will soften up, and you're going to lose your arrow tip. So this is takes a little bit longer. It melts at a higher temperature, and you can avoid a lot of that. So, backing up a couple of steps, when you get your field tips, they're nice, shiny, and black. Sometimes they have a grease coating on them. I'll spend a couple of seconds and I'll soak them in a cup of lacquer thinner or denatured alcohol to break up the oils on the inside. It can cause an issue with your glue bonding. So that's already been done. You know, you can kind of see that it's already a tarnished, semi-rusted look to it. They're brand new. I can polish them up. I can hit them with clear if I want to, but it's irrelevant. You just want to shoot stuff, right? Who cares what it really looks like? They're gonna be junk. They're gonna be junk in a couple of days anyway, right? So these aren't wall hangers. I'm shooting them. So I take a pair of pliers. I insert a little piece of the glue melt inside of the field tip, just at the very tip. See it? Put it over the heat. You can keep an eye on it. The pliers don't get hot at all. You just let it soften up. Let it melt a little bit. Now, some people, when they get their arrows, they no, the tips aren't true. You know, there'll be a slight wobble to it. What I like to do, in the earlier clip, you saw me prepping an arrow shaft. I try to leave a 1/8 of an inch to 3/16 of a flat on my tip there. Okay, and what that allows me to do, it gets a nice firm seat against the base of the arrowhead, but it allows me to press it up and into the arrow shaft like that. That is up in there. You can see the swell of the wood. I'm going to trim that off with a razor. That's up in there a good solid 1/4 of an inch. Okay, take the pliers, get them loose, and you give it the old spin. And I'm happy with it. It's hard to spin on a glass table. It does want to run away from you a little bit. but I'll take it. It's good. Let me get another one going here. A couple of little chunks of my glue melt. I break them up with a pair of nippers. There we go. We got some glue. Heat it up, let that glue get a little bit gummy. Now I do the same thing when I'm installing my broadheads. I love Zwickis, Belters. Zwickis, they're 100 years old. They're not. They've been around though. I'd be a liar if I knew how old the company's been in business for, but they are awesome. A lot of shooters out there swear by them. Hey, get over here. Another grip. And press. Press. Twist. Work it in there like that. Give it an old... Oh, it's got a wobble. Heat her up. Soften up that glue again. And just straighten. Straighten it up. There you go. Yeah, sometimes the glass gives you some issues. It works better on your cutting mat or a wood workbench. Now we're going to do the same thing to this blunt right here. Takes a couple of seconds. Hot and gummy. And on we go. Same thing. Little twist. See that first layer of wood peeling away. You're good. You can't do a spin test on this one, but you eyeball it. And that's going to be it. Getting ready. The girls and I have a nice shoot coming up at the end of the month, the Reinhardt 100. It's my first time going. It's the first time the girls are going with me, and we're going to have a good time. We're very excited. And this is it. This is going to be my arrow of choice. So, until then, stay well, stay happy. Skål.